I am back doing an energy reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I pre-shuffled the deck. As I pre-shuffled, I saw a crab with its pincers being washed away with a wave of water, like emotion. Or you could be washed away with a wave of emotion and your response is, the pincers or whatever. We'll see what comes up in the reading. If you're new here, I read intuitively. My readings are not gender nor sexuality specific. I read the energies. Spirit, can we please get some messages on what's up with Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, as well as Jupiter? What is going on with Cancer placements? What do they need to know right now? Thank you. What do they need to know right now? I almost forgot I was recording, like I was doing the pre-shuffle. Probably because I'm a little sleepy. Cancer placement, Spirit. Ooh, loneliness. I'm just feeling like someone feels trapped in their relationships or their emotions. Loneliness. I know that I am never alone is what you need to remember. You're tired. It's just a sense of unhappiness. I'm picturing a specific person that I know that is a Cancer. I don't know that this necessarily is about them, or maybe you, whoever resonates with this, is similar to them. But it's just giving like somebody feels lonely in their relationship, or they're lonely in the emotions that they feel after ending a relationship. Clarify this in the 3D for Cancer placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's going on here? Clarify loneliness. I know that I am never alone. I know that I am never alone for Cancer placements. Thank you. Cancer placements, loneliness. Clarify this for Cancer placements. Take this card, sacrifice. This is giving me Hermit energy. We have 12 equating to a 3. So someone is like doing some, like literally in the Hermit energy. Cancer, you could be dealing with a Virgo or have Virgo in your chart. But it's just really giving like a going within energy. And going within has you a bit lonely. And it could be due to a relationship you're unhappy in. You could be in this relationship in hermit mode, or just got out of this relationship in hermit mode, like reflecting. But it's just giving like people, you feel like you're alone with dealing with these emotions, and you don't necessarily like it. But I feel like you're turning over a new leaf and not trying to be codependent and deal with your shit on your own. And then I'm hearing some of you feel like you're suffering, in this hermit energy. But I know that it's just like you feel that it is good for you, but you're suffering. Discontent and boredom is what you're Yeah, somebody is not happy with facing their emotions on their own. It's just giving this is resonating with you, Cancer. You're in a relationship more than you're not in a relationship, or you have friendships more than you don't. You know what I mean? Like constant friendships, constant interactions. Like you're never really alone with yourself, by your thoughts. If you are, there's only, maybe 20-30 minutes before somebody calls you and you can get out of those thoughts. But I just feel like now you're making a conscious effort to be in your feelings and emotions, and it has you like a little bit snappy. That's the pincers I was getting. It's a little bit snappy. But what I was getting in the pre-shuffle with the wave of emotion, it sounds like you need to cry. Like you may need to do a huge release, because if this is the first time, or not even the first time, but, one of the few times that you are tapping into yourself, sitting with yourself and your emotions, then you need to release and give yourself grace. Take it easy on yourself. Maybe not do it all at once. And I'm incorrect. This does not represent the Hermit. This represents the Hangman. But it's still like, you're getting clarity. And I feel strongly that you're possibly in a relationship or a situationship getting this clarity. Like you're kind of checked out. So there is loneliness, and it's not necessarily due to you being in the Hangman energy. It's just that it was already there, and you're trying to reflect on, like, how did I get here? Why do I end up feeling this way in relationships? It might not even be your relationship. It could be something to do with your bloodline, but something that you have to overcome on a ancestral, not necessarily ancestral, but a genetic level. Like I'm hearing like a genetic curse or something like that. But you're trying to figure it out, which is the good thing. So but being in your emotions is having you feel a certain way. You're bored, you don't like it, it's uncomfortable, it makes you kind of snappy, because you don't like what you feel. And I feel like with this Hangman energy, it's starting with your emotions. I feel like, being in Hangman energy, reflecting, going within, you're starting where you're at. So if you're already in a relationship where you feel lonely in that relationship, it's gonna make you emotional, a bit distraught, a bit dejected or rejected, depending on what this relationship is made of, the foundation of it. But I feel like this is just a start. So again, like, give yourself grace and gratitude as well as patience, because I feel like you won't always be in your emotions when you're doing like Hangman work, like reflecting, getting into you, checking in with yourself, and how you feel. You start where you're at. So it's just like it's feeling a certain way now, because like I said, you're in this relationship and it is emotional for you, in this relationship. But that's just where you're at now. You won't necessarily stay there the whole time that you are in the Hangman energy. What else am I getting from this card? Hold on. Yeah, it's just giving a feeling of lack and suffering that you don't want to deal with anymore. So, like I said, this could be genetic, but the relationship may trigger it and highlight it for you. Yeah, it may highlight it for you. So like I said, some of y'all could be in the relationship unhappy or just left the relationship. But you're doing a lot of reflecting, letting go, just trying to figure out, how did I get here? Why does this keep happening, for those who relate to that? Or why did this particular relationship happen? But like I said, it could be genetics, you know, because I feel like the dejection, the rejection, the feelings of loneliness, whatever I said earlier, because when I'm downloading, I forget it. Usually once it comes out my mouth. That is a familiar feeling. So it may have happened in other relationships because it's a familiar feeling for you. But I feel like now you're taking the time to let it go, surrender to self, and just figure out what part of it is me. Because even if it's coming from the relationship, there's some part you played in it that you received it. I'm not going to say you consciously like, oh, reject me, deceive me. But you performed in it too. So you have to figure out what your role is. And this is not like a fault thing. This is just trying to connect the dots and see what the seed is. Yeah, I'm hearing discontent and boredom is relating to letting go of a relationship specifically for some of y'all. What else is this here? Clarify this further for Cancer. I'm just hearing like emotions, a wave of emotions. We got 3 cards that fell out here. So like I said, this loneliness, this wave of emotions, this feeling bad, like, you know, since you are really making a point to let go, to move forward, to figure out this, to deal with these emotions, even though they have you snappy and a little bit unhappy, it won't always be like that when you're healing and trying to figure out like where you left off or what the initial trigger or the seed was. It won't always be like that. So there will be some rejoice and celebration moving forward. I'm hearing probably within the next month for you, and it'll be like, you know, it's not like you'll be finished with cleaning it all up, but you will make some strides, because I feel like your intention is to figure it out. Like, why do I keep feeling like this, or why do I keep attracting partners that make me feel like this or trigger something in me to feel like this, however it resonates. And then and we have this 7 here. You could have been seeing 777. We have deception and envy here. I feel like possibly whoever you left or are leaving, they're going to be jealous of this. You're going to have people around you, I'm hearing strongly friends, that are mad that you're this aware, this conscious, because I feel like once you start working this out, it's going to make you highly selective of who you deal with, you know, in terms of partnership as well as friendship. But partnership is going to be first for you. And some people, like, sometimes your friends are your friends because y'all kind of vibe the same. So you may not want the same guys or girls or people, you know, that you used to date, you know, and it may be out of alignment with your friend group. And they may be like, well, what's wrong with you? And you're just like, well, you know, I'm not dealing with that because it doesn't serve me in this way, and it doesn't make me feel good, and I realize this. And the fact that some of them are going to be envious that you're that aware of yourself and that you're strong enough to say no to this. I know something's better coming along for me, and I'm going to wait on that and continue to work on myself. Some of them can't bear to be alone, bear to be by themselves, bear to deal with their own emotions and issues. So it will be some deception, some envy, some jealousy. And I'm hearing to the right, so it could be a male. You know, I don't know if you're male or female, but it could be a male or somebody masculine presenting, or overly aggressive. New beginnings. This is the Fool card in traditional tarot. Yeah, I'm just hearing plainly, you're moving forward and letting go. You know, like this wave of emotion you're feeling, this irritability from dealing with your emotions, it's not gonna last long. Healing is linear. I mean, because essentially what you're doing is healing something within you so you can do better and attract better. Healing is linear. So you may get into your emotions again down the line, but you'll be better equipped to deal with them. You know, and I just feel like you're moving forward and letting go in all that you do. We have a lot of people closing out shit. I mean, this makes sense. We're about to be in a new year. Aquarius was closing out stuff too. And they were doing it in everything. But Cancer, I feel like you're doing it specifically in love relationships. That's what triggered it. And if it spreads over to friendships, which it will for a lot of you with this deception and envy, you're okay with that too. The waiting game. You could have been seeing 222, but I'm also hearing some of y'all are not in a rush because you want this to stick. It's just like sometimes, you know, when you lose weight real quick, you gain it back, you know, and maybe not gain it all back, but you gain back some weight. It's just like you're not, it's giving, you're taking your time processing and building a new emotional foundation. All right. Thank you, Cancer, for coming to my TED Talk. Good luck with everything. Remember to give yourself grace, gratitude, and patience.